Hello, everyone. Look, it's me. I'm here. I'm gonna adjust this camera a little bit.
Hang on,
It's
I just want to quickly check to make sure your stream has audio.
it's me. I'm here, IRL, in the flesh, turning the camera the wrong way. Why am
The
I
stream
here
does
in
have audio.
Excellent. Why am I here in the flesh? You might be asking. Because we have very important work to do. And
Important research.
that important work is sharing. I gotta adjust this camera so much. I sort of did this before we started, but I didn't do it enough. That important work is sharing this PowerPoint that I have spent literal hours on because my research for it involved rewatching, usually on 1.5 speed, but I didn't start on 1.5 speed at the beginning. The romances for every Mass Effect romance option, um, which is hours of research and taking notes on it. Yeah, yippee. Hello, as Banana. I'm glad you're here to watch the redemption of this PowerPoint. As Banana was at the party, well, was on Discord at the party where I originally did this PowerPoint, but I didn't have enough time to finish it because I'm bad at guessing how much time shit's gonna take. So because I'm bad at guesstimating how much time shit's gonna take, I'm gonna do this PowerPoint 3 times, including this.
So this is like your second draft, not your
Yeah,
first.
yeah, this is the second draft. Anyway, so we're gonna get started. So this PowerPoint is on rating every Mass Effect romance option, and it is an objective, non-biased report by me.
Okay, are you gonna explain your rating criteria? Because
No,
I feel like that's important. No, no, you're just there, there's a rating and
yeah,
we don't get to know why.
you do get to know why, but you'll
Oh,
see.
okay.
Anyway, disclaimer: I play almost exclusively FemShep, and all of these ratings are with that in mind, except where I have watched a good MShep run through or read some good fan fiction, or I didn't add in here MShep is the only option. Also, this feels like it should be obvious, but there's some major spoilers in here. Most of it's out of context, and I tried to keep it vague, but leave now if you want to be completely unspoiled for this game. I won't judge. However, I will judge a little bit because it means you didn't watch my playthrough.
Yeah.
So,
Also, is this for like just the like original trilogy, or does
yes,
this include Andromeda?
no. Because there's as many in Andromeda as there is in the first and third game combined, at least.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
lot in Andromeda. Anyway, so for those of you, because this was originally at a presentation or at a PowerPoint night where I didn't know how familiar people were with the series, I have created 10-second summaries. Listen, this one's my least favorite. It just gets better from here. Anyway, I've created 10-second summaries, and to make sure that it's about a 10-second summary, and to uh, you know, uh, what was I gonna say? To make sure I keep it short, um, I'm gonna say all of this in one breath. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. It's gonna be easier this time because I'm sitting down, so that inherently uses a little bit less breath. All right, here we go. Commander Shepard is a member of Earth's space military, and their new assignment goes very badly. They are given visions from an ancient civilization and have to hunt down an evil Black Ops operative who no one will believe is evil because humanity are the babies of galactic society. With their ragtag group of xenophobic aliens and trauma aliens, or xenophobic humans and trauma aliens, I'm gonna take another breath because I messed up in there. They become a Black Ops member, save the galaxy, and kill the bad guy, but oh no, actually, it was his ship controlling him, and the Reapers are coming. This is the summary. Look, it's my husband. This isn't my husband. This is a different guy. Liara Tassoni, aka innocent nerd girlfriend. Pros: pansexual queen. Oh, I don't know why the animations are playing like this. They're kind of jerky. Cons: baby. I think it's actually because there are so many slides. It is still on the same page.
Wait, what?
Oh no,
What?
the window capture isn't updating. That's cursed. Oh, because there's two PowerPoint.exes. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, we're just gonna capture my whole screen then. Yeah, so we're gonna capture that screen. Done. Why isn't this so... Yeah, okay, there we go.
Streamlabs just couldn't handle the whole PowerPoint.
Yeah, well, apparently PowerPoint can't handle the whole PowerPoint because it's playing all of the animations really jerkily. Anyway,
Hmm.
we could go back. No, we can't. I don't know how to go back. It's fine. You missed the
There
first
should be
slide.
like
I just started playing music. Don't look at my Spotify. All right. Pros: pansexual queen. Cons: baby. Pros: women in STEM, but she canonically wants to study you under a microscope. And listen, I know that some of y'all are into that, but I am not, okay? I'm spiritually looking at Corey, who is not here right now, but he was there for the original presentation. Anyway, uh, honestly, the tentacles are the least freaky thing about her. She has a sorry mind sex with you almost immediately. Listen, so it's so she can help you understand the cipher, and so you don't go insane, but we all know she's just down bad. She's in love with you almost no matter what you do, and that shit makes me sad. Her outfit is so painted on, it goes under her tits. This is not the best image of it, but you can sort of see it here. She makes the scientific mistake of putting the people she studied on a pedestal. For those of you who haven't played this game, this will be important later. Rating, oh, I want her to info dump at me. Rating, 6 out of 10. Caden Alenko, aka Golden Retriever boyfriend, but you stepped on his tail. Pros. Okay, but those hips though. He has a decent husky voice. Sometimes it's excellent, sometimes it's not. He's Canadian. He is one of the only explicitly non-xenophobic human crew members, which is nice. Cons. Straight. He gets better. A touch of toxic masculinity. Just a little bit. Just enough so you notice. His eyebrows are out of control. You get the voice line, Caden, I don't think I've had the pleasure of you serving under me. Don't you think it's about time to rectify that? Rating 6 out of 10. Ashley Williams, aka military brat in more ways than one. Pros. Assasses Caden intensely, and I'm sad we don't get to see more of it because one of them dies. Spoilers. Big sister energy, and you get to overhear calls with her sisters. She loves poetry, and she quotes it at you. She calls you Skipper, and I think that's cute. Cons. Straight, unlike Caden, she does not get better. A lot of her romance lines get a little anime girl, you made me say it. Explicitly xenophobic. Rating 4 out of 10. Caden Alenko / Ashley Williams. AKA, I tried so hard to keep you two separate, but you occupy the same role in the story, and I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. Cons. Technically fraternization, and that causes some weird dynamics. Pros. They both make some, oh, we're breaking rules, are you abusing your command? Jokes that feel like roleplay and add a bit of a fun dynamic to an otherwise very basic romance. They also don't fully romance you until after you've committed insubordination and stolen your ship, so at that point, who fucking cares about fraternization?
Yeah, like is it really fraternization if like, the apocalypse is nigh?
Is it really fraternization if, even if you survive the apocalypse, you are going to get court-martialed? You have to decide which one lives and which one dies, and then they take the same role in the rest of the story. So they do have quite a bit of individual personality in their lines and like slightly different results, but they occupy the same space in my brain, and I can't help but hold it against them. I tried so hard not to combine them in this presentation, but I had to in the end because so many comments apply to both. Rating 5 out of 10. And that's it. That's all they give you. Objectively the worst game in the series. I will not be taking criticism. Moving on. JK bonus round! Characters I wish you could romance. I think my volume might be a little bit loud. I keep jumping into the red. Anyway, characters I wish you could romance. Jeff Joker Moreau. All the characters you can there's supposed to be a picture here. All the characters you can romance in later games, including the love of my life, Garrus Vicarian. There's our Garrus Vicarian emote. I will never forgive them for not adding these romances into the Legendary Edition. Or not Rex. Listen, he's so fucking old, and I think that's why he's not an option. But I just want to know more about him. All right, thanks, Esbanana. Mass Effect 2. Please ignore how shitty this picture is. The suicide mission. Or my favorite to replay, probably because it's less dark, even though I think the third one is better in terms of more impactful story. All right, here we go. 1 sec. 10-second summary. Shepard dies and the crew disbands, but don't worry, your local humanity first extremist group spends 2 years putting them back together and puts them on a sentient ship to destroy the collectors who are abducting whole human colonies. Assemble a ragtag group of Cerberus assigned freaks for a suicide run through the relay that we think takes you to the collector homeworld, but wait, the collectors work for the Reapers and everyone lives, actually. I did it! Also, look, it's Corey's husband. Talizora Vasnima Naraya, aka baby girl with a gun. Pros, Your Honor, I love her. She's an engineer, and I have to give her points for that because the cult brainwashing got to me. Cons, name so long I had to lower the font size. Canonically much, much younger than you. Steals Garrus from me if you don't romance either of them. I think Korean culture and Tally's relationship to it and worldview through that lens is really interesting. And her outfit is very beautiful. She's very beautiful to me. She fucking jumps you when you remove her helmet. Like, get it, girl. And she is willing to risk death by allergic reaction to be with you, which is the ultimate intimacy. But I think I might be too anxious to date someone if I was worried that me breathing on them could kill them. Rating 8 out of 10. Jack, aka girls who kill you. Who will kill you. Pros. If you have casual sex with her, you can't romance her afterwards, and I think that's an interesting character point. You have to, like, wait and get to know her first. Cons. Listen, they say she's straight, but she and Miranda for sure have a thing going on. I had to alter this line, as Banana may remember, because it was not TOS appropriate. Crazy woman representation. Her top hurts me to look at. It looks like it would be so uncomfortable.
It's just straps. That's all it is.
It's just straps. Shepard gets the line, I said I couldn't fix it. I didn't say you weren't worth staying for anyway. Which is really nice. The first thing you do with her physically, if you don't have casual sex with her and actually romance her, is hug her as she cries. So, like, the healing. It's so good. She takes survivor's guilt so far she never wants to be in love forever. And she's here for the freaks, and I am not quite that freaky. Rating 4 out of 10. Miranda Lawson, aka fan service nom. Pros. She's cooler than you. She's got the cliche posh accent and I like it. Okay, let's just move on. There is no way this woman is straight. Look me in the eyes, BioWare, look at me! She admits to the fact that she's not perfect and still makes mistakes real quick, but she also has the line, I'm never wrong, like, immediately, and goddamn, she would be so annoying to argue with. The rest of her outfit aside, she is wearing very high heels into combat. I don't have a picture here, but just trust me. The character arc of, I know I'm great, but it's because of my genetic engineering, not because of who I am as a person, to you were given gifts, but what you've done with them is your achievement, is kind of nice. She's another personal feelings get in the way character who literally has the line, this is no time for emotional entanglement. Girl. She defends insane Cerberus experiments by saying, oh, we stopped that as soon as we found out how crazy it was, as though it doesn't keep fucking happening. Big sister from a distance is a fun trope. Girl, that cannot be comfortable! This outfit is up her ass. There's some problems here. Rating 5 out of 10. Thane Krios, aka The Fault in Our Stars. That gives you a small hint at his character arc. Pros. Canonically a father. Cons. Canonically an absent father. They lock him and his son in a room together to make up. However, they do acknowledge that they can't fix Thane and his son's relationship in one go and they'll need to keep happening, but they did lock them in a room together. He has near perfect memory, so you know that he would remember your favorite things and treat you. And I want that. He tells you he's dying the first time he meets you. He has very interesting theological and moral discussions because of the dying thing. And I love that even though he talks about how he's known that he would die for many years and he's done everything to make peace with it, he's still scared. That's very real. The politeness and I have to repent for everything are a bit much for me. Bonus post because Corey loves him. Rating 7 out of 10. Jacob Taylor, aka Golden Retriever Gym Rat combo. Pros. I mean, look at him. He takes Caden's muscle man spot in this game. He's very beautiful to me. He immediately talks to you about Cerberus's checkered past and that he has conditions on his cooperation with the elusive man, unlike Miranda, who is all in on defending or disavowing past ops. Cons. This isn't Jacob's fault, but his loyalty mission is all about when people's higher brain functions decay, men get violent and territorial, and women get docile and dumb. And it's his loyalty mission, so it goes in his cons. He says, one-nighting the commander is a quick way to get airlocked, and bro, please share this advice with the rest of your crew members. They need it. He ghosts you and leaves you for another woman in ME3, and there's nothing you can do about it. By his own admission, Miranda needs a better man than him, so it's not surprising that he can't stick with Shepard because she is a second woman who is too much for him. And at my friend Owen's criticism, his rating has been lowered since it is his overall rating. 2 out of 10. Garrett's Vicarian!
I was wondering when this slide would show up.
AKA the Archangel Maid Service. Pros. The voice. Cons. Everyone but him and Tali get almost naked scenes, but Tali has an excuse. Show me naked Turians, BioWare. Pros. He tells you you're the person he respects most in the galaxy, and I think that's a good thing to build a relationship on. But some people interpret the respect line and some of what he says in M3 as idolizing Shepard. I personally don't, but I can see where they're coming from. You put yourself in his sniper scope to prevent him doing murder. I will not elaborate on why this is a pro, I just think it's fun. He wears the armor he got the side blown off of for the whole game unless you make him change. His intro shot is really good. This is the best shot I could get of it, but it's so good. Your initial conversation about hooking up is bad metaphors about reach and flexibility. Also, he calls it cross-species intercourse. This is just for me. This is just for me, okay? Why do I hate his vengeance mission more than Liara's? Liara is hunting down the most dangerous information broker in the world, and I don't know if it's part of her personal motivation, but if she takes down the Shadow Broker, it's arguable that a lot of less people will get hurt. Garrus is hunting down one guy who betrayed him and then just became Tim Average Man on the Citadel. He has, like, objectively more lives to avenge than Liara, but there's no, like, rescue or protection involved. However, he arguably has more of a case for vengeance as his whole team died than Liara, who just had one friend taken. But the game also just portrays both quests differently, and I have fallen prey to that. They portrayed Liara as a lot more as glittery underworld vengeance mission because it's a whole DLC, and Garrus is portrayed more as, like, morally gray. And I felt I'm victim to that. But there you go. Anyway. Rating 20 out of 10 is my presentation, and I choose the Blorbo.
Do you really choose the Blorbo? Because I feel like the Blorbo chooses you.
I mean, there were some choices made here. Okay. Non-squad mate or partial romance highlights. Some of these are good, some of them are bad. They're all kind of side thing, and you can usually have other romances too. There's also more in my notes, government assigned blurb. There's also more in my notes somewhere, but they just weren't interesting enough to put in here. Liara, aka, oh no, she's a criminal overlord now. Pros. Her intro is her threatening to flay someone alive with her mind, and let's not talk about what the fact that I like this says about me. You get to do a Skycar chase scene with her, and she backseat drives at you like you're a married couple. Cons. Well, you find out why she has like slightly too dramatic character growth over 2 years. Like, it's a long time, but she completely changes mannerisms and a lot of her speaking patterns. Also, she's a sorry, and they live forever, so they're canonically not prone to fast change. Whether this is bad writing or she's intentionally off-putting to make you feel like how much time you've lost is not a great feeling about your love interest. And the fact that I didn't like her as a romance option in Mass Effect 1, but I do like who she became as a romance option in 2 and 3 is enough of a statement about her overall route to keep it as a con. While kind of fan servicey, her outfit like at least pretends to be armor in this one, and it has lab coat vibes. You can see it sort of has like the bits hanging down on the side. But she doesn't get to wear it unless you have the DLC. If you don't have the DLC, she wears this. Which is fine.
Why is it so shiny?
Because it's space material. A lot of the outfits are shiny. I talked to my friend Pablo, who is one of the people I'm doing this presentation for later, about this presentation, and his first comment was about how Liara gets totally shafted in this game. Rating 4 out of 10. Non-DLC rating 1 out of 10. Caden and Ashley, aka Betrayal City. There's no pros in this one, it's just cons. Say you betrayed everything you stood for and leave you to fight the collectors on your own. They're both little bitches in this, and I do not forgive them, even if I am a sucker for fighting, but they still love you. But I have read some great fanfiction about what Caden overhears about Shepard during Mass Effect 2. Rating -11 out of 10. Morinth to Sarah, aka girls who actually kill you. Cons. You have to kill Samara to recruit her. She literally impersonates her mom, and that's weird. Pros. Listen, she's here for the vampire lovers, okay? And if you have sex with her, she actually burns out your brain and kills you, and you get a game over, and I think that's the funniest shit they could have done. I think that's objectively an incredible decision. But if you choose her over Samara, she does not survive the Reaper invasion, and you have to fight her as a named version of one of my least favorite enemy types.
Oh, that's right. Oh, those things.
Mm-hmm. Rating 3 out of 10.
Pictures you can't.
Yeah, I hate them. Bonus round. Characters I wish you could romance. Look who's back. Jeff Joker Moreau. He is the first person to rejoin you, and he has a line where he's like, Commander Shepard! Commander Shepard! As he's reaching for you before you get blown up, and it kills me. Morden Solis. He's not here for me, but this is for my beloved trans Scottish Twitch streamer and Morden Stan Unifade Walker. Kasumi Goto. She's just a funny little chaos girl with hidden depth, and I love her. She's in mourning, but so is one of the characters in 3, and you can romance him anyway. Arya T'Loak, badass underworld queen. I love her, and I want to retire and rule Omega with her. Morden Solis, sex advice speedrun. Turian's based on dextroamino acids. Human ingestion of tissue could provoke allergic reaction. Anaphylactic shock possible, so don't ingest. Literally tells you that being with Tali could kill her. Watch for bugs. Could be planted anywhere. Can perform exams later if necessary. Will need probes. We'll be here, studying cell reproduction. Less alcohol and mood music required. That's all. Mass Effect 3. AKA the War on Squid. Or a really beautiful piece of storytelling, but also the galaxy is on fire and everyone you've ever met is in danger. Also, all the DLCs are fire. They're all good. 10-second summary. Wait, I gotta take a sip of water for this. Okay, here we go. Surprise, the Reapers are here. Do you believe us now? In the first place, they attack us Vancouver, which is coincidentally where I lived when I first played this game. Now you have to bully all the galaxy's politicians into working together long enough to save the Earth, research and build a sentient, they don't know that, super weapon to deal with the Reapers, and wrap up every plot point along the way. You deal with multiple genocides, you choose between a displaced culture and the people they created, you fight a weeaboo with a katana, you see all your old friends and a bunch of them die. Choose the fate of the galaxy, everyone in the galaxy without their knowledge or consent. Gaming! Look, it's a Reaper. Talizora Vas Normandy Naraya, aka uh-oh, I'm the leader of my people now. Pros. New name get. Technically, she gets it in the second game. Also, this isn't the newest picture of her. I have to update this picture. She has an even better outfit in this game. Cannot hold her alcohol to comedic effect. Has the absolute banger of a line, when do we get to stop reacting to our parents and start living for ourselves? And I love that line. You flirt somewhat covertly, but not really, in front of whatever squad mate you take on her mission, and it's bad to the point where Garrus says, I was there when you guys had your thing, remember? Just get a room and work it out. Her Citadel date is watching her favorite cross-species romance movie that she loves so much that she quotes and activates sing-along mode. And she's a very good singer. Daddy Issues Part 2. Koreans could look like fucking anything and they just made her a human woman. And I will never forgive them. She remains silly and sweet, and I think that it's nice that they let her do that even as she carries the weight of her people. Obviously, she gets more serious, but they let her still sometimes be silly and sweet. And she gets to be both very competent and cute. And I think that's nice. She still feels too young for how old Shepard feels, but that's just personal taste at this point. That's just personal interpretation. Rating 8 out of 10. And because we're in Mass Effect 3, overall rating 8 out of 10. Liara, aka I know everything except when I'm busy. Pros. Her intro is even more badass than in Mass Effect 2. Dating Liara makes the intro line where you pick her up, easy there, Lieutenant, she's with us, even better, because you have no idea how with us she is, James. She literally, in her own words, writes your name in the stars with her time capsules for future civilizations. And I just love the way that she talks to and about Shepard in this one, in and out of relationship. She's your Miranda. That was hard for me to say for some reason. In this game, your second in command and your confidant. And she gives you one of her memories during a last conversation. The last thing she does before the last fight is give you a gift. Cons. Surprise, the pedestal she has put the Protheans on has fallen over and crushed her on the foot. For context, that's Javik, and if you can't, he's a Prothean, and if you can't read the line, he is insulting her, saying, amusing. The Asari have finally mastered writing. Anyway, so there you go. Rating 9 out of 10. She's my second favorite. Overall rating 6 out of 10. They really do her dirty in the second game.
She does at least get to be like a crime lord in that one.
She does. I like that. It's just not very good for the romance.
Yeah.
Kaden, aka I'm so sorry, but he's the most basic option. Pros. He has a line, I need you to know that I'll never doubt you again. Good. We've gotten to that point. Shepard looks at his butt and smiles when he rejoins the crew. This is the actual shot from the game. Slightly cropped, but this is the actual shot. Cons. He has a weird discussion about some of the people working for Cerberus being good people. Like, it's the first time he ever realizes that morality has shades of gray, and the whole conversation gives me a really weird ick. The voice acting in some of his lines is really off-putting. It almost feels like they hired different voice actors for some of his lines, which they might have. You get a hospital bed view. and it's good. He has retaken his muscle man role, except he actually loses it to another character that you'll see later, but he's back. Rating 5 out of 10. Overall rating 3 out of 10. Again, I do not forgive. Ashley, aka having family is rough in a war. Skipper eventually evolves into Hero Man, and that's just an awkward thing to be calling someone all the time. A lot of the stuff in this game is about her family, and it's sweet. You find her on the floor with the world's worst hangover after drinking with James, and you get to tease her by like threatening to turn on the fire alarm and stuff. It's great. Um, this is a con. Her hospital view is kind of fan servicey in the way that Cadence is until you get to a shot from the side, and I don't know what's going on with her chest. There's a lot to unpack here, so we just won't.
At least
Um,
she's in the hospital. That
yeah,
maybe they can help.
yeah, yeah. Maybe they can help. Cons, this outfit. This is the outfit that she's in for a lot of the game. Again, unless you make her change. And it's so intensely fan servicey and impractical. It's really bad. But pros, this outfit, because women, and I get to look at her. Rating 4 out of 10. Overall rating 1 out of 10. Caden slash Ashley. Cons. They decide that on a mission right after leaving Reaper invaded Earth is the best time to confront you about things you've been telling them since Mass Effect 2. They also almost shoot you. You have a standoff with them. And pros, the moment they decide to trust you is really, really good. They finally believe you're not with Cerberus enough to put their money where their mouth is and risk the Council's life on your words. Rating 4 out of 10. Overall rating 2 out of 10. Because despite my best efforts, I hold a grudge like nobody's business. You can't really see that line on stream. Just trust me that that's what that says.
It is, in fact, what it says.
Garrus! Okay, there's no shepherd without Vicarian. Cons, still no naked Turians. Pros, there's no shepherd without Vicarian. He's been there since the very beginning, and he is the first or one of the first squad mates you pick up in every game. His only competition there is Tali, but she is a very latecomer in this game. Con, you say I love you, and he says, wow. Pro, I'm competitive, so I love that they have a bottle shooting contest and a headshot count, and by they I mean him and Shepard. Cons, I'm competitive, so I hate the fact that you have to lose the contest intentionally to get the cutest ending. So because BioWare can't animate dancing, there's a running joke that Shepard is a terrible dancer, but she does a tango with Garrus in the Citadel DLC, and not only is it sexy, but someone pointed out online that dancing is like the only thing that Shepard can't do, but she can do it with Garrus. He makes her better. Isn't it beautiful? Also, he tells you, this didn't fit on the slide, but he tells you that he has been taking dance lessons on the side, and I can only imagine that that is with the fact that Shepard can't dance in mind, and he's just like, one of us has to be able to dance in this relationship. I didn't get a shot of this, but in the end of the Citadel DLC, he is wearing his armor in bed. BioWare, I just want to talk. He says, meet me at the... Sorry?
They do say to use protection, so...
Yeah. Morden would approve. He says, meet me at the bar in heaven, and it's like a continued trend of we both know what's up, we both know how brutal the odds are, and we're not doing like many platitudes because we know that they're silly, and he actually has a line about that in this game. But whatever happens, we'll do it together, and we'll figure out what comes next. He is so straight that I think the first time you see a female Turian in this entire series is his DLC date where she's eyeing him up. Truly catastrophically straight. So straight that they made a new character model. The first time he says he loves you, other than in the Citadel DLC, which was added after and only sort of counts, is when you leave him behind for the final push to the beacon, and that shit hurt. That is the first time he says he loves you, and people have written really good fan fiction pointing that out. Rating 200 out of 10. Overall rating 3 playthroughs and counting. After doing this PowerPoint, I started replaying Mass Effect 2 and 3, and I am romancing Garrus again. I think it's 3. It's at least 3. Anyway.
The fact that you don't know says enough as is.
Um Moving on. Non-squad mate or partial romance highlights. Actually, before we do this one, I'm going to just close my window and turn on my AC real quick because I am getting warm. So I'll be right back. No, I am not just getting warm from doing the presentation. You are late, but you can watch the recap later. I'm gonna highlight this. I'm not just getting warm from watching the presentation. I turned off my AC earlier, and it's now like 75 degrees in here. Okay. Non-squad mate or partial romance highlights. Most of these are previous love interests who aren't squad mates in the game, and all of them deserve better. Steve Cortez, aka why are you romancing this man? He's in mourning. I don't think I gave him a rating. I did. Okay, we're okay. I did actually finish the presentation. We're good. AKA, why are you romancing this man? He's in mourning. So this is the guy that I was talking about. He's in mourning. So Kasumi being in mourning isn't actually a real excuse as to why you can't romance her. At last, a gay man. I'm turning off my video. He only flirts with you consensually. I don't know. I don't know why there's an and here. He only flirts with you consensual. Oh yeah, he only flirts with you consensually and well after you help him get over his husband. Don't mind me just trying to decipher my own notes. He has a line about being used to seeing you step off his shuttle right into hell and worrying about if you're coming back, and that tickles my fanfiction writer heart. He's a nerd whose biggest method of rest and relaxation is watching spaceships coming in and out of dock. For like a more quiet, serious guy, his confidence about his flying skills is really nice. His banter with Vega rounds him out as a person. And because he's your pilot, he gets almost as many voice lines as his squad mate. They also remind you that he is a Marine too and give him a gun and let him participate in the final Citadel DLC fight, which is really nice because they don't even let Miranda do that. Cons. His husband, this guy was married, that's why he's in mourning, literally tells him in a recording not to make him an anchor, and what did Cortez do? He made him an anchor. I mean, he like tried not to for a while, but then when the world went to hell, that's what he did. He also has to be a hologram at the end, but he's with you right up till there. He's just a one-game romance, and usually at this point, if you're playing from the beginning, you already have like a romance option. The only like real con that I have is that I have to deal with with male shepherd to romance him, and I hate male shepherd because he's gay. 7 out of 10. The timing of those two lines next to each other was bad. I don't hate male shepherd because he's gay. I hate male shepherd, and I hate that's a con towards Cortez because Cortez is gay. Rating 7 out of 10. He actually was a surprise second favorite. I had never watched his or third favorite, I guess, technically. I had never watched his romance before. And it's really cute. Samantha Trainer, aka not qualified for this. She's not. Cons. She is so thirsty that you and Tally have to sit through a horrible conversation where Edie confronts her about the thirsty things she said about Edie's voice when she thought Edie was just a VI, not an AI, a VI. I gotta fix that immediately. The slide just reset. Don't worry about it. Um. Anyway, when she thought Edie was just a VI. Um. Sorry. She's also just a one game romance, and like I said for Cortez, that's kind of sad. Pros. She is a lesbian. They let us have a lesbian and a gay man. They're not either. Neither of them are squad mates, and they're only like if there's like full romances, which are romances with your squad mates and slash or romances that proceed across multiple games, and then there's half romances, which are like romances with side characters that you only get a couple scenes with. Samantha and Steve are like 75%. Um, but they gave us a lesbian and a gay guy. Her toothbrush saves the Normandy in the Citadel DLC, and I will not elaborate. She is a nerd supreme. She plays chess with you on her dates. Her Citadel date is her absolutely annihilating some of Sorry at a strategy game. She flirts with you by using the very nice shower with the door open and asking you to join her, and it's cute. She knows what she wants. Unlike the other partial romances, she gets a unique sex scene. See shower thing above. And her gaining confidence in her supreme skills over the course of the game is fantastic. She actually like gives you vital leads in a couple places. Rating 6 out of 10. Samara Tessera, aka she's not really a romance, but I just think she's interesting and I want to talk about her. Canonically a mother. Sworn to hunt down and kill one of her daughters. She's also a Citadel DLC romance only, which is unfortunate. You have like fascinating conversations about morality and purpose. She's sort of in the Thane category there. Her point about not asking questions because she doesn't want to know the answer if she's compelled by the code to harsh action is very interesting. She has this line about I just killed the bravest and smartest of my daughters, and she would not accept the injustice thrust upon her. She fought to the end. I am so proud of her, Shepard. Gives like the dichotomy of how much she loves Morinth and also her unwavering duty to hunt down and kill her. It's just incredibly interesting and well done. They could have made her like very one-sided with her cold, unwavering morals. She's basically like a space knight slash samurai. But she's like a whole person full of contradictions. She's still not a real romance. You only get one moment together, and that's after hounding her over and over in 2 games and ignoring the fact that she tells you no. And that's not cool. Rating 2 out of 10. As a person, her rating is like 8 or 9 out of 10. As a romance option, you gotta have consent. You gotta accept the word no. Jack, aka oh no, they domesticated her. She has to be a hologram in the final chat because she's with her students, and that's unfortunate. Her students cheer when she kisses you, and that's cute. Her real name is Jennifer. She gives you a tattoo. It's sweet, and it's also so she can identify you under a pile of rubble. Don't worry about it. She's what the kids needed in this war, and the kids were what she needed, and I love that. I love that kind of trope. Because you don't get a ton of time with her, she's not even as freaky as she was in the second game, and I feel like she's lost some of her appeal. If her appeal was that she was here for the freaks, she's lost a lot of that, and now what does she have? Rating 4 out of 10.
What she does have is a shirt now.
She does have a shirt. However, I couldn't find a really good shot of it, but you can see that her pants are kind of open at the sides. I think they may be mostly assless.
Oh my god.
She's a
Okay, so she's
teacher.
gained a shirt but lost pants.
She's a teacher. She does, I didn't put it in this, but she does have basically a swear jar now. Because she's a teacher. One of her students is also Laura Bailey. Overall rating 4 out of 10. Miranda, aka the consequences of my actions. Uh-oh, baby girl, you've been confronted by the fact that Cerberus is a problem. Also, did she buy an identical outfit, or was that Cerberus logo velcroed on? This is the same outfit she had, but there was just a Cerberus logo here. So she admits to how it's hypocritical that she ran from her father needing to control her, and she also took her sister from that, but when she had the option, she wanted to destroy your free will by implanting you with the control chip. And she admits to that. So that's good. She's had some growth. While I appreciate the fact that she feels like she needs to find her sister on her own in order to stop running from her father, she gets, like, really dramatic about the whole lone wolf thing. Sorry, I just left-clicked by accident, or right-clicked by accident. And she struggles with taking downtime in the Citadel DLC, and I think that's sweet. It's a nice writing point. I think more stories need to explore how bad these people would be about living even vaguely normal lives. They didn't put her in the big group Citadel DLC mission, and I'm really upset about that. Her casino outfit is banger. It's really good. She also has to be a hologram at the end, which is tragic. Rating 5 out of 10. Overall rating, also 5 out of 10. She's fine. Thane, aka did you want to suffer? No? Too bad! Cons literally dies. Pros, he is in the end stages of a terminal illness and he still almost kicks Kai Lang's ass. So good for him. I'm not sure why Lang is not capitalized. Oh well. The last thing he does in his life is pray for forgiveness for you, specifically, which is really sweet. The game is like, oh, haha, he has an indeterminate amount of time to live, but he's still walking and talking. He'll probably make it to the end. And then he gets jump scare murdered by a nerd with a sword. If I didn't hate Kai Lang before, I sure hate him for that. And I did hate him before. And the fandom hates him. The fandom hates him enough that they made a mod called Shut Up Kai Lang, where he literally just doesn't talk. The game is the same, except Kai Lang doesn't have any voice lines, and he has a helmet on. So you can't see his stupid face. Because he's just a little bitch. At his funeral, Edie recontextualizes his very serious politeness, which I mentioned as a con in the second game. He's like masking a great effort to turn his life around in a way that few people can manage, and so that's why he's just like that. He leaves you the video messages he tried to send you while you were grounded, and they're really sweet, and they also give him more content, which is nice because, you know, he's like a mainstream romance that dies partway through the game, so he doesn't have a ton of content. You don't get those video messages until after his funeral, and they hurt. Dating Thane makes the interrupt where you snap Kai Lang's stupid sword in half even more satisfying, and it's already one of my favorite interrupts. We're just gonna watch this a couple times. Smash that sword and stab him in the side. This is a renegade interrupt. It's one of the only renegade interrupts that I take every game, no matter what.
I mean, honestly, he deserves it.
He deserves it! Rating, 6 out of 10. Overall rating, 6 out of 10. Javik! AKA what? This was an option? Cons. It turns out there's one thing primitives are good at. Pros. Nothing hints at it, so a Javik romance jump scare in the Citadel DLC is so funny. I didn't know this was a thing. I watched a video about it. Nothing leading up to it actually hints at it. You just get jump scared. Rating 2 out of 10. He gets points for being funny. Bonus round. Look who's back. Jeff Joker Moreau. I lied. There is someone who has been at your back more consistently than Garrus. It is Joker. He has been there the whole time in every game. He makes sarcastic comments about who's coming on and off the ship because he knows them all. He has been there the whole time. And I think he should be a romance option. Kasumi Goto. I love her, and she's had time to get over her last partner now, okay? Edie. So this is your, for those of you who haven't played the game, this is your sentient ship's mobile platform. And I'll steal her from Joker. If he won't date me, he won't date anyone. Staff Analyst Brooks. This lady is from the Citadel DLC. She is both a very awkward little desk jockey and an evil backstabbing bitch because she was only pretending. Anyway, so I think that you should be able to charm her with your kindness and camaraderie enough because she's with you for most of the whole Citadel DLC that she in her own words, joins the cult of Shepherd. Arya T'Loak, badass queen of my heart. If you go Renegade in her DLC, you get one kiss, but that doesn't really count. Also, there was another picture here of Arya T'Loak, but apparently I've messed up the animations. That's fine. Anyway, she's great. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. Like and subscribe if you want me to do the Mass Effect Andromeda character romance options. There's a lot of them. I put that like and subscribe joke in before I knew I was doing this on stream, but actually, follow. Also,
unironic, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah. Also, I made a doc with all my notes and my full pros and cons list for each LI, because there's like a lot more in there. I just pulled out the ones that I thought were the most interesting or funny. And I will be posting it later in the Hedgehog Squad Discord server. So please feel free to check it out.